All right, folks, this is not rehearsed at all. I'm totally going to wing this, but I'm going to give you a lesson. So my dry erase marker's over here. Let me grab it. I'm going to give you a lesson in how things work, specifically hierarchies. Ooh, that's a big word, hierarchy. All right, so when referring to hierarchies, we have the government, corporations, cliques, groups of friends, gangs, family, right? So we'll start with family. That's kind of fun. So in a traditional setting, and I might get in trouble for saying that because I'm not even going to go down that road. So traditional setting, dad, right? Mom, okay? That's what I believe. Some people would think dad, mom. Then you have your children, okay? So we'll say dad, mom, they are one, right? So beneath that you have children, okay? So let's say they have 3 kids, okay? 1, 2, 3, right? They started a family, husband and wife get married, they become one unit, they have 3 kids. So you got, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, whatever, okay? They grow up, okay? So little Johnny, he grows up and he gets married, okay? Becomes one with his wife. What do? They have 3 kids. Same thing with Sally and Cindy Lou, okay? That's that. Let's talk about corporations, okay? Corporations. So we can use Dell or whatever, and actually you can go to hierarchystructure.com. Pretty interesting. Up here we've got who? Like the CEO and the director of the board, whatever, okay? And beneath him, he's got, VPs, right? So you got, different VPs. And I don't know if this is how Dell is broken down. Freaking Toyota, whatever. These are all VPs, okay? You have Vice President of Engineering, Logistics, Marketing, and R&D, okay? So beneath that, they've got their different branches. So they've got this guy, and this guy. You see how this goes, right? So under the R&D, they've got research, okay? They've got development. They've got, say, logistical planning and financial acquisition, okay? Beneath that, this guy over here, he's got a team of 15 or 20 people, whatever, and they do their thing. So let's talk about politics, okay? So politics, United States government, whether you agree with it or not, I don't care. It's totally not the point. So who's up at top? The President of the United States. Okay, most people would say, since we're Republican, it's the people, right? Because we put them there. But you have the executive, judicial, and legislative branch. So, but what do I know? I just have a GED. So we have the president, okay? Who's underneath the president? Okay, we got the VP, right? We got the staff, okay? So the staff. Beneath that, we have if he dies, then the vice president will take charge. If the VP dies, who takes charge? Speaker of the House. Good job. All right, so, but underneath the president, we have the VP, okay, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, freaking Secretary of whatever, and Secretary of whatever, okay? Underneath each of those, right, they've got different, Defense, Secretary of Defense, okay, Mattis, Mad Dog. We'll say this is Mattis. Underneath Secretary of Defense, all the Pentagon and all that stuff, what do we have? We got USSOCOM, you've got Army, Department of Navy, Department of the Air Force, and some sandbagger over here, okay? And underneath each of those, underneath the Department of, we'll say Department of the Army, okay? Underneath the Department of the Army, they've got their different corps, right? Corps, divisions. Underneath Secretary of Homeland Security, or let's see here, let's talk the judicial, FBI, right? So you have the ATF, the FBI, and all those guys under one, their little legs. Intelligence, you know, they've got the Sweet 16 in there, the NSA, the CIA, and all those guys, right? So, but what do we got? This is where I'm going, okay? Remember mom, dad, all that stuff? We got a triangle. Very good, triangle, okay? Also commonly referred to as where am I going? Right? Here's one you hear a lot of times. Well, I hate our government anyway, and there it is a scheme, and yeah, you just proved the point. All right, whatever. Dell Corporation, they're doing all right. Toyota, freaking GM, Google, Apple, they follow the same pattern, right? The people at the top, I would never do a multi-level marketing company, also referred to as direct sales, network marketing, whatever. They're all scams. They're all Ponzi schemes, right? Prove it. By definition, what is a Ponzi? By definition, what is a Ponzi / pyramid scheme? Legally, definition is you must have a real product and real customers. Okay? Years ago, I got caught up in a Ponzi, a legit Ponzi. The guy who started it, federally indicted, in prison. Okay? Actually, I think he died. Lost about 10 grand and then got it back through court stuff. But that was a true, by definition, Ponzi scheme. Okay? Now, what are some companies out there that are referred to as pyramid schemes? Oh, they never work. Right? The big one. Amway. Okay? I'm not even going to try to spell Melaleuca. Arbonne. Cincy. Right? Thousands of them. Okay? You can name them all. Why would these businesses choose a direct sales network marketing type structure? Ask, pause, call. You. Okay? Oh, you don't know? Okay. Overhead. Right? So it's a way, everybody makes money. Right? Google, Apple, the guy at the top, the people at the top, they make the most money. Now, if you start down here at the bottom, you're the mailroom dude. You come in, you're freaking 18 years old, fresh out of high school or out of college with your bachelor's degree, and you're pushing mail, right? You go outside, you smoke a doobie, you come back in, now you're the mailroom guy. But you either have two outlooks on this whole thing. This is your job. Puts food on my table. I'm waiting to make it big as an actor or a musician, okay? Or I'm going to stick it out and see how this goes, man, because I want to be rolling with these dudes. Okay, there's tons of movies out there. What's that movie with Will Smith when he started at the bottom and worked his way up? There's a lot of movies, a lot of stories about stuff like that, okay? So you can stick it out. This sucks, okay? You're in the mud. You're not making very good money and not a lot of appreciation for what you do, and nobody knows your name, and it is what it is, okay? But as you work up, right, you work up to these levels here, you do a pretty good job, you stand out above, from everybody else, you work long hours, you're in first, last to leave, working weekends, and you're producing. What happens? Boop, you're gonna get a chair at this table, okay? Do a good job, boop, the chair at that table. That's how that works. Hard work pays off, right? Just like anything else. You start at the bottom. Nobody goes into a place and gets hired as the CEO. Doesn't happen. Unless you're a kid who's a trust fund kid, or your daddy died and you inherited the company and now you're the CEO, whatever. But nobody starts at the top. Everybody's going to start at the bottom. Okay? You got to work your way up. You got to prove your worth. You got to put in your soul. College. Where do you start? Do you start out as a senior? No. You start out as a freshman. You're taking your gen eds, and that sucks, and you're a freshman, and whatever. But you work your way up. Then you're a senior, and you're freaking strutting your feathers, right? Getting ready to go be a big kid in life. So, pyramid scheme, right? All these names here, synonyms. These businesses, and all the other thousands of like them, are not Ponzi's and they're not pyramid schemes. So let's get that straight. Okay? Why? Because they have real products and real people. Okay? Growing up, my parents did Amway a little bit. They dabbled with it. And then through life, I went and did whatever I did. But I do not have extensive experience operating in an MLM. However, I do research them and I watch them. Why? Because 82% of the most wealthy women in the world, I'm using my phone to record this or I could bring it up. 82% of the women in the world who make over $100,000 a year, multi-level marketing. Okay? 20% of all millionaires, 20% of all millionaires are involved in one of these. Why? It's an investment. How is it an investment, you say? What's an investment? Property, whatever. Storage buildings, right? You go to A1 storage, you put your stuff in storage, you shut the door and you leave. The guy who owns that, the slumlord that owns that, every month they're getting a check from everybody. What's that called? Passive residual income. Passive. You're not in there, good morning, welcome to McDonald's, how may I take your order? You're not there, you're sleeping, right? Residual. It keeps coming. It keeps every month, boom, every week, you're getting a check. Income, right? Make it rain. Okay? So, passive residual income. If you look at the cash flow quadrant, there's the different stages there, and it talks about, there's basically 4 ways of making money. Investments, everybody should have an investment. Everybody should be involved in something like this because you want that passive residual income. You don't have to work for it. You got to work for it up front, but over time it builds itself and runs itself. So instead of you working for that dollar is working for you. And it's the investment on the front end. Okay? Same here. Okay, you're going to invest your time, your personal life as you work your way up through the rank. Okay? There's a star, right? General. But you start down at the bottom as a second lieutenant. You don't start as a general. You start as a second lieu in the officer corps, right? In the military, you join, you're a private. You're nothing. You're a maggot. You're worse than a maggot. You're a pupa. You work your way up, okay? How do you get those advances? Traditionally, hard work. So, people that say, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, they never work. That's bullcrap. You got to buy your way to the top. I don't even know what that means. I think I know what it means, but I'm not 100% what that means. But for these people, you got to hustle. You got to hustle. You got to want it, and you got to have bigger dreams than the guy next to you and the guy next to them. My grandpa always said, be better than the guy next to you, better than the guy next to him. So me, as long as this thing keeps ticking, I'm going to keep going, and doing what I do. I'm a risk taker, and I'm down for whatever. If I research, one of these companies, and I'm like, that's pretty legit. If it costs me $599, $900, $1,000, whatever. If I can make that back, if I can make my initial investment back in the first, if I invest $1,000, if I can make my $1,000 back in the first 6 months, that's better than our own financial system. Thrift savings plan, right? It's better than the thrift savings plan through the banks. So, there's a lot of them out there you can get into for $100 a month or whatever. But if you make that money back within a month or two, how's it not work? I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been researching a lot of this on YouTube, and everybody knocks different companies, and they're all scams. Is it legit or is it a scam? Whatever. They're all legit, man. As long as they got a real product and real customers, they're legit. You know, they can charge whatever they want for their products. Do their products work? Have you talked to somebody using their products? You know, I know my parents, when they started back in the early 80s, you will still find Amway stuff in their house. So, yeah, that's that. All right, hope you guys learned something. I was really neutral on this, tried to be, and trying not to hurt anybody's feelings. It happens, but yeah. Love y'all. Later.